Welcome to Hater Proof, a podcast for self-improvement and good listening parts. You're tuned in to shake the haters off and be truthful to ourselves. Remember to stay hater proof and stay tuned. If you are a hater, exit immediately. Shake it off, vigorously and intentionally, and also wisely. Proof is in the pudding. This podcast, distributing hater-proof audio content via the internet, is dedicated to self-improvement, current news' headline, and the host's personal touch on how, why to get and remain hater-proof. It is not for the haters. You'll find these episode titles are also hater-proof traits, and they will describe you if you aren't a hater. This podcast is an after-hours extension of Hearth Business. Hearth Business provides dynamic and timeless administrative solutions. It's part of the nonprofit and health and wellness division. It's spooky season. It's about to get scary for the haters. I mean, they probably been shaking in their boots since I started this podcast. I'm hater proof all year though. How about you? Do you have what it takes? Are you scary enough? You know, I like the holidays, especially the coming holidays. From Halloween to New Year's Eve, then on to the next one, starting with New Year's Day and my birthday. So happy Halloween. It's time to give a fright. It's that time of year where we decorate our houses, offices, and ourselves to make people remember there are things that go bump in the night. And you should be afraid. Be very afraid. This is frightening. Enjoy the episode. Hater Proof is on Apple, Acast, Pocket Cast, and Spotify is the podcast host currently. So it's published on Spotify firstly, then you can listen on the other platforms shortly thereafter. Hater Proof is in your friendly neighborhood search engine, and so is Hearth Business. We're getting optimized, people. www.hearthbusiness.com or type Linktree at Hearth Business in your search bar. That's right. Put it in your browser and stroke it. Keystrokes, that is. Currents in the headlines. Scientists detected signs of a hidden structure inside Earth's core. Scientists have detected signs of a hidden structure within Earth's inner core, suggesting it may contain an innermost layer distinct from the known core. This discovery points to potential changes in the iron structure, which could be linked to two separate cooling events in Earth's history, adding a new chapter to our understanding of Earth's deep past. My interest in this article led me to investigate what the two cooling events were that this new discovery mentioned, and this is what came about. According to recent scientific research, evidence suggests that the Earth's core may have experienced two distinct cooling events in its history, potentially indicated by a newly discovered layer within the inner core, which could represent a change in the structure of iron within the core, signifying separate cooling periods in the past. However, the details of these events are still being investigated and considered a mystery. Scientists' indirect observations only make up 1% of Earth's total volume. Only 1%. While most of us take the ground beneath our feet for granted, written within its complex layers like the pages of a book is Earth's history, our history. Studying the inner core structure can provide insights into major events in Earth's history, including past climate changes and geological processes. This is interesting to note because of the recent and noticeable changes in our climate. I believe that the natural procession of the Earth's climate can balance out, being that the discoveries we've made don't even scratch the surface of what the Earth is, was, and can be. Dock workers pause strike after Biden administration's appeal to patriotism hits the mark. A dock worker strike that disrupted operations at East Coast and Gulf Coast ports for 2.5 days was paused on October 3rd, 2024, after the Biden administration encouraged negotiations and emphasized the importance of patriotism. The U.S. Maritime Alliance increased its pay offer to dock workers from 50% to 62%, leading the International Longshoremen's Association to accept the proposal, which will be phased in over 6 years. This temporary agreement allows for further negotiations on other issues such as automation while preventing significant supply chain disruptions and potential economic losses. In sports, Jets fire head coach Robert Saleh, who thanks fans, players, coaches in heartfelt statement. The New York Jets have fired head coach Robert Saleh after a 2-3 start to the season, marking the end of his tenure without a winning season. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich will take over as interim head coach. Saleh expressed gratitude to the organization, players, staff, and fans in a farewell statement, but his time with the Jets was marred by the struggles of quarterback Zach Wilson and the brief appearance of Aaron Rodgers, whose injury derailed the team's hopes this season. There is speculation that Saleh wearing a Lebanese flag on his sweatshirt in a London game played a factor in his firing. MLB Playoffs 2024, Sean Manaea delivers 7 sparkling innings to lead Mets to win over Phillies 2-1 lead in NLDS Sean Manaea delivered a stellar performance, pitching 7 strong innings to lead the Mets to a 7-2 win over the Phillies, giving New York a 2-1 lead in the NLDS. Manaea's key moment came when he struck out Bryce Harper on a first pitch changeup, shifting the momentum of the game. His performance redeemed his 2022 playoff struggles, and the Mets are now 1 win away from their first NLCS appearance since 2015. Awesome. 2024 NFL season, Week 6, 4 things to watch for in 49ers Seahawks on Prime Video NFL Plus. The 49ers and Seahawks face off in Week 6 after both teams have experienced recent struggles. The 49ers, with offensive issues despite strong early season stats, are coming off a surprise loss to the Cardinals. Meanwhile, Seattle started the season 3-0 but has since lost 2 straight, including a recent defeat to the Giants. Key areas to watch include the 49ers' offensive consistency. The Seahawks need to utilize Kenneth Walker more, Seattle's potent passing attack, and defensive challenges on both sides, especially for the Seahawks due to injuries. Thursday night is 49ers and the Seahawks tonight. That's Thursday. Tonight's Thursday. It's Thursday night tonight because today's Thursday. And the past is the future. The future is the past. Tomorrow is the future because yesterday was the past. Today, anyway. I'll be watching because I kind of like to watch the 49ers play. Not to mention I do know someone who has been a 49ers fan since as long as I can remember. So he'll be watching too, I'm sure. Should be a fun game to watch. Esports. Dr. Disrespect finally has a new stream duo partner after Twitch ban confession. Dr. Disrespect, also known as Guy Beam, has reunited with his old streaming friend Vis for the first time since his Twitch ban for sending inappropriate DMs to a minor, a controversy he claimed was taken out of context. While many of his former streaming partners distanced themselves, Vis defended Doc, and the two recently collaborated in a YouTube stream under their old moniker, Visrespect. This comes as Dr. Disrespect reapplies for YouTube partnership following his demonetization after admitting to the reason behind his Twitch ban. Here's some other headlines making waves in esports. PlayStation Plus game catalog getting 14 new games in October. 6th Invitational 2025 heads to Boston's MGM Music Hall. Swim League codes October 2024 are here. Anime card battle codes October 2024 get free and powerful potions. This is the headline: top esports tournaments and events of Q3 2024 by viewership. During Q3 2024, major esports events spanned popular mobile, MOBA, and shooting games, with mobile gaming continued to dominate over traditional PC esports. The most watched event was Mobile Legends Bang Bang's MPL Indonesia Season 14, followed by League of Legends events and Dota 2's The International 2024. Valorant outperformed Counter-Strike in viewership, with the Valorant Champions 2024 event leading the shooter genre. MOBA titles, especially Mobile Legends and League of Legends, alongside shooters like Valorant, remain the most popular esports genres. A perfect 10, the science behind esports supplements. Esports supplements, particularly nootropics, are gaining popularity for enhancing endurance, focus, energy, and recovery in gamers. Clinical studies on 10 key bioactive ingredients such as Guayusa extract, Amatimac, coffee berry energy, and cognizin have shown significant cognitive performance benefits, including improved reaction time, accuracy, memory, and focus. These ingredients offer sustained clean energy with fewer side effects like jitters, making them attractive to competitive gamers. I think these would be good supplements for anyone looking to focus better, and I'm working on the analysis of my 8-hour focus challenge that I did too, and I'll have a video or document on that soon. Esports events calendar 2024, every tournament you need to see. I'll just point out the rest of this year's events. So October, we have Honor of Kings, Age of Empires, CS2, COD Mobile, Halo, Dota 2, CS2, Dota 2. These are in October for the tournaments in October, and COD Mobile, Dota 2 are both $1 million prize pool, so that's pretty good. And then November, you have Clash of Clans, Rainbow Six Siege, Free Fire, COD Mobile, MLBB, multiple games, CS2, Overwatch 2, and CS2 again. So Clash of Clans, Free Fire, CS2 are all at $1 million prize pool. And then there's another tournament for CS2 at the end of November for $1.25 million prize pool. And COD Mobile is at a $3 million prize pool. That's excellent to be a part of something where you can game and actually win some money. So in December, you have Tekken 8 and PUBG. Tekken 8 prize pool at $300,000 and PUBG prize pool at $1.5 million. That's an awesome thing. GeoGuessr World Cup 2024 records impressive viewership. The 2024 GeoGuessr World Cup, held in Sweden, attracted over 254,000 peak viewers, more than tripling its 2023 numbers. The geography-based guessing games tournament saw around 1.56 million total hours watched, surpassing viewership for some major esports titles like League of Legends and Call of Duty. The event, with a relatively small prize pool of $50,000, has grown rapidly since its inception in 2023, fueled by increased interest during the pandemic and partnerships like the one with Black Molly Entertainment. I like GeoGuessr, but I had no idea it was in the competitive atmosphere. And I mean, the gaming industry is becoming a respectable, worthy sport right before my eyes, and I am here for it. Financial. These top execs just sold millions of their own company's stock. Top executives from Procept Biorobotics, Atlassian, and Samsara recently sold millions of dollars worth of their own company stock. The CFO of Procept Biorobotics offloaded $1.9 million in shares, while Atlassian CEO sold $1.2 million, and Samsara's CEO crashed out $4.4 million. While some sales may be routine, others can signal potential issues within the company. Nevertheless, it's always something to be aware of when these types of individuals take actions like this in terms of investing, especially within their own company. World Economic Outlook. The October 2024 edition of the World Economic Outlook by the IMF, which analyzes and projects global economic trends, will be released soon. Key chapters will focus on inflation insights and social acceptability of the structural reforms, with releases on October 16, Chapter 2 at 9 a.m. and Chapter 3 at 11 a.m. EST. A press briefing is scheduled for October 22nd at 9 a.m. EST. You can get these remarkable downloads at the International Monetary Fund's website, imf.org. 3 stocks to buy ahead of the election, no matter who wins. The 2016 election excited media CEOs due to the billions in political ad spending, but they had no idea how much more profitable future elections would become. After a 2010 Supreme Court ruling allowed unlimited corporate spending, billionaires like Sheldon Adelson and Tom Steyer began pouring hundreds of millions into elections. By 2020, political donations surged even further, with massive contributions from figures like Elon Musk and Vice President Harris's record fundraising. Here are the 3 stocks to consider. Gray Television Inc., GTN ticker, The Trade Desk, TTD ticker, and Meta Platforms Inc., META ticker. Now we'll get to the stock quotes. I'll point out that this information is from a popular source and I am only informing of investing opportunities. I am not your financial advisor. Also, these are numbers from today. Okay, today at 11:04, NVIDIA was at $134.10. That's a change of 8.3%. Microsoft at 11:16 today was at $415.46. That's a negative 3.5% change. Amazon today at 11:21 was at $186.19. It's a negative 2.82% change. Apple at 11:23 today was at $228.30. That's a 0.40% change. Tesla at 11:24 today was at $239.08. That's a negative 6.12% change. Google today at 11:26 was at $162.46. It's a negative 0.24% change. And Meta today at 11:27 was at $586.45, which was a 3.45% change. And if you like, you can just let me know and I can get you a copy of my spreadsheet data that I have here for these stock quotes. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and start recording the stock quotes Monday through Friday every week, so that way we'll have more data on these magnificent 7 here, our own data, right? So if I could only buy one of these stocks, it would be Meta, but I definitely buy all of them. The total price for at least one share of each of these stocks is $1,952.04. The average change for NVIDIA over 3 months is 1.2%, and they are the most cost efficient if interested in buying a high volume of shares. It would just be very smart to do if you're considering, investing in the stock market. I think Meta and NVIDIA would definitely be, at least 2 stocks that you should consider investing in. NVIDIA would be the second option as the stock I would buy, like I just said, mostly because their year-over-year revenue is up 122%. The lowest is Tesla, which was only up 2.3% for their year-over-year, and Microsoft was up 15.2% for their year-over-year revenue. So NVIDIA was really high for their year-over-year revenue, which was up 122.4%. The average change for all of these stocks over 3 months is negative 0.1%, and it's not a lot of a change. But these are the Magnificent 7 for a reason, though, and you can kind of count on it. But this is from 7 records, and that's why I want to be able to get more data so I'm able to offer a better analytical overview of these. So there's that. Art and entertainment. Cardi B claps back on plastic surgery claims after welcoming baby number 3. Cardi B has a message for the haters. She shut down rumors of recent plastic surgery following the birth of her 3rd child, explaining her hourglass figure is due to shapewear, not surgery. The rapper clarified on social media that she started light workouts to stay active postpartum, which helps her mental health. Cardi also mentioned that earlier this year, she underwent a procedure to remove more of her previous butt injections, which requires multiple rounds. I mean, this is a lot to go through because she's out in the public. I mean, she's in the public eye as far as being a celebrity of sorts, and I guess she's supposedly going through a divorce, and she's also just had her 3rd child. So I mean, that's a lot to take on, but I mean, I guess that just is part of life. Jennifer Lopez reflects on how her world exploded in the past year. She reflected on a challenging year in an interview, discussing the cancellation of her tour, the end of her marriage to Ben Affleck, and her emotional journey. She opened up about lifelong struggles with self-esteem and how childhood experiences shaped her sense of self-worth. Despite the difficulties, Lopez is embracing independence, looking forward to the future with excitement about being free and taking on new opportunities, including her role in the film Unstoppable and the release of her album This Is Me. Now, I mean, these people just seem to keep taking hits and bouncing back. I mean, I guess 8 art books to cozy up with this October. This October, a diverse selection of art books offers something for every reader, from the philosophy of birth and art to Debbie Cornwall's photography and Paul Kane's myth-inspired paintings. Highlights include Elizabeth Catlett's politically charged art and murals from the 2020 Black Lives Matter uprising, making these books perfect companions for exploring art's connections to history, race, and social movements during the autumn season. And my short story is almost, I mean, it's already finished, but I'm putting it into an ebook and I'm putting it up for sale on Amazon pretty soon. I'm thinking by the end of this weekend, it'll be up for sale. And of course, I'll put the link there on my link tree. Nonprofit headlines. Women's hockey nonprofit draws largest ever crowd for Kenai tournament. The Kenai River Queens, a women's hockey nonprofit, drew their largest ever crowd for the spawned out hockey tournament in Kenai, Alaska, with over 70 participants. The tournament, which welcomes players of all skill levels, provides a fun and supportive environment for women to bond and stay active during Alaska's long winters. The event has grown since its inception, and players emphasize a sense of community and encouragement, with many recommending women of all experience levels to join the Queens season, which began this month. Way to go. NBA Foundation, Chicago Beyond, and Chicago Bulls expand $1 million initiative to support Black-led nonprofits in Chicago. Chicago Beyond, the NBA Foundation, and the Chicago Bulls have renewed a $1 million initiative to support Black-led nonprofits that create opportunities for Black youth and communities in Chicago. The partnership uses a trust-based philanthropic approach to empower local organizations, minimizing bureaucratic hurdles and providing flexible resources. 6 grantees, including the Block Chicago and Beyond Chicago Dream, will address issues such as food insecurity, violence prevention, and leadership development. This initiative builds on efforts to promote racial equity and uplift under-resourced communities through collaboration and local engagement. That is awesome. On to the admin headlines. Making waves. Currents and waves in the headlines. Currents and waves in the headlines. Supreme Court won't let Biden administration force Texas hospitals to provide emergency abortion care. The Supreme Court has upheld a lower court ruling that blocks the Biden administration from enforcing a policy requiring Texas hospitals to provide emergency abortion care, leaving the hospitals at risk of losing federal funding. This decision marks a setback for the Biden administration's efforts to protect abortion access since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022. The ruling raises ongoing questions about the obligations of federally funded hospitals under the Emergency Medical Treatment and Labor Act concerning abortion services in states with restrictive abortion law. This is one of the main topics in this election, and it's very important, especially since there are advancements in the storage of embryos, meaning that those who can't have children can try over and over again. But couldn't they maybe take one of the babies that are in the stage of abortion? Maybe just stop having sex, because that is usually how babies are conceived. Just a thought. Citigroup to sell trust administration services business to JTC and deal reportedly worth $80 million. Citigroup is selling its global fiduciary and trust administration services businesses, Citi Trust, to JTC for about $80 million. The acquisition will enhance JTC's private client services division and strengthen its presence in key markets such as the US, Europe, and Asia, while Citigroup aims to refocus its resources on areas that better serve its global clients. Citi Trust manages over $70 billion in assets for ultra-high net worth individuals across more than 2,000 client relationships. So that's some pretty big news. Health and wellness headlines. What does the word holistic mean? The 6 components of holistic health and wellness. Holistic health can be understood as an approach that challenges conventional methods by confronting every part of a person's well-being: physical, emotional, mental, social, spiritual, and financial. This comprehensive view can be daunting to those who avoid facing the full scope of their health. Holistic counseling pushes past surface-level solutions, diving into deeper, often hidden layers of a person's life to help them uncover potential sources of conflict, unrecognized emotions, and unresolved issues. This full-spectrum approach requires confronting difficult truths, taking accountability, and accepting the complexity of one's problems in order to truly evolve and heal. It embodies the resilience and strength to face everything. Definitely a hater-proof mindset. That's holistic.